Today, we're gonna try to shoot a perfect round playing best shot doubles with myself and my newest drop of discs. But first we have to fix something. If you guys have been following the journey of the channel for a while, you would know that about a month and a half or two ago, I went and played the KC Wide Open, which is a silver series on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Silver event, whatever they call them. I got a solid new haircut for the event and decided that it was time for a mustache. When I won my first ever event last April in MA2, I was in Vegas, I had a mustache, also got my first ace during that time, so I thought it would give me some helpful momentum. I almost went with the goatee, at least for a practice round video, but my wife said it gave her the ick, so we shaved it all off to just be the mustache for the event. I ended up playing pretty well, cashed the KC Wide Open, reshaved the mustache for my next tournament, ended up averaging between the two, 1,000 rated almost exactly, and so the cash stash was born. I ended up designing this and putting it on right now, I think 7 or 8 molds that will explain as we throw them all, and they're through two different companies, well, technically kind of two different companies. You'll know in a second. Let's just get on to hole number 1. But not before we warm up the putt a little bit with the Latitude 64 Zero Medium Pures. All discs now, if you go onto bedanzadiscgolf.com, you can actually choose either the color or the stamp or both in the case of putters. Because I have Pures, I also have Classic Blend, which is the same as Zero Medium, Judges, and Wardens in case you don't putt or throw Pures. But I only brought out the Pures because that's what I throw and putt with. And for every stroke that we can't shoot 18 down, we'll set a baseline of 3% as a discount if you use code RELEASEDAY, which will run until 2 days after this video is posted. Final end time right here. You'll get 1 extra percent for every stroke worse than 18 down I'm able to shoot, but hopefully just stays at 3%. Now I wanted to go to a course that we have not seen on the channel in a while, probably since April, Farringer Park. It's one of the better ones because there's some pretty tight OBs that you can play, which we will be playing, but I wanted to play doubles first because I don't play here a lot. Second, because I want to try to shoot 18 down. And third, that way we can see how all these fly multiple times so that you can get a good idea if you want to pick any up or not, because I have a pretty decent bag if you wanted to snag like one of each of them, but I didn't buy as many as I did when I did the first Shattered Van run. Obviously the audience is bigger now, so I'm expecting they'll sell a little faster, and then maybe we can do a couple restocks from some other companies as well. But if you want some of these, definitely go snag them. And as always, I really appreciate your support. Hole number 1 is 355 feet. It's kind of straight ahead of us. We're gonna be throwing 2 Dynamic Discs molds. We did Trilogy as well as another company, which we'll probably see starting on the next hole. But we have some Fusion Raiders and then some Lucid Ice Vandals, which are a understable 9-speed, which I'm super stoked on. You can choose the color of these, and all these are white, so you can choose between a rainbow, teal, or blue stamp. I think these Raiders are supposed to be pretty stable. I know Fusion's not quite as stable as some other plastics, but at 13 speed, they should have some stability. It's slightly uphill. OB Road and Beyond, but we got 2 shots, so. Whoa, that was straighter than I expected it to be. All right, pressure's on already for the Vandal, holy crap. Much better hyzer, just don't flip too much. Skip it. All right, we gotta look. That Raider was solid, just kind of held the flex. I did give it a good amount of turn, thinking it'd be super stable and fight out, but it seemed just like kind of an overstable bomber. Perfect little hyzer stand up with this Vandal here. That's what I was loving about this thing, the Trilogy Challenge, why I decided to pick a couple up. A little higher than my aim point, but 1 for 1, let's go. All right, hole 2, we hit 314 feet right to the basket there. Wind's kind of blowing in our face, not a lot of wind though. And we're gonna open up with 2 new discs that we haven't seen yet. First is gonna be the Ethos Votum. These are actually slightly lighter weight, but I got them in 166 to 169. If you wanna throw Votums or you like throwing a little lighter weight, these could be great for you. I also got some max weight Mana. The Aura swirly ones, they all are actually only single foil stamp. We might do some future runs with the Money Eye being different than the rest. We're gonna throw a forehand with the Votum and then a backhand with the Mana. Great little stand up, now sit down. Oh, okay, we got the distance, that's good. Oh, I flipped it so bad. 5.5, -2.1 are the numbers. I'd never thrown one before, but it feels very good. It's kind of like, seems a little bit flippier than my Origins. No, player 2, come on. That's why we're playing best shot, baby. So big shout out to Chase for being the actual person to stamp these discs. And the last one that we haven't looked at yet also has the double stamp, but there's only 1 of each of them. The rest of them still look sweet, but for future releases, we could do some hole 3, 5-10, par 4. We're gonna try to go big and get a look with the Raider, but first we're just gonna throw this Votum on a hyzer right into the middle. Man, that thing comes out so speedy because it's so light. Now we gotta rip this Raider. The OB just pinches in, so hopefully we don't go OB. Flex, get the skip. Get the skip. If that got a skip, that might be like really good. Okay, that thing is a bomber. And like the 13 speed, even his baby hands approved, like it's comfortable for me. Oh, that wasn't even as far as I thought though. It's probably only like 400 feet. Maybe a little farther, but I thought it was like way closer to the basket than it was, but it is in the middle of the fairway, I think. So we can give it a jump butt pit. Votum did its job on the safe play. I love these. All of these are this orangish or brownish color. It was all that they had, unfortunately, for the Votums, but they all are also the like metal flake / sparkle ones. Okay, this is actually better than I thought. So from back there, it looked way farther. I think this inbounds, because this is the OB line, is this road. So got just the perfect skip. 500 feet, saying we're about 420. So not bad with the uphill start. Sit. Okay, that's safe. Give it another bid. Get the eagle, come on. Get it. Oh, too deep, dang it. Almost got the cast dash eagle. I'm pretty happy about standstill putting on a 500-foot hole. Alrighty, straight up the hill, looks like 205 feet. A little ace run then. We're still not gonna throw that last disc. Nice little ace run with the pier. No, 2 left. And thanks so much, Chase, for doing that. Gave me a great idea for if and when these sell out, hopefully soonish, we can do reorders and do most of them, if not all of them, with the double stamp. It's a little more expensive, but it came out so cool. I just didn't even think about it. That's why you're the stamp guy, not me. Drop in. Oh, just over top. That is a nice disc. Honestly, it probably is very similar to my Origin, because for the Origin to say numbers of 5.5 negative 1.1, it's probably closer to the 5.5 negative 2.1. I don't know if it's as fast as the Origin, because the Origin's kind of bladed, and it definitely helps when it does things like this. All right, so you can see the little circle thingy up there. That's where the basket is. I'll go ahead and show you the side profiles of all these real fast while they're putting out up there, and the last disc, because we're finally gonna throw it. So there is the pure side profile. You've probably seen that. Looks good. Honestly, relatively similar to the Mana. The Raider is pretty domey, and it looks pretty overstable there. Neutral to overstable, not crazy overstable. The Votum has a relatively high wing right there for a 7-speed, but as a lighter disc, it flies. There you go, there's the Vandal. Pretty neutral, way lower wing right there than the Votum. And last but not least, this is the last disc, a pretty straight stable mid. 285 up the hill, Chase hooked it up. We got a money foil eye for the Pathfinder, Ethos Pathfinder. This is kind of the main inspiration, the caching at the KC Wide Open, and I did that with these Ethos Pathfinders. So I wanted to make sure that I could get some of these. These are really good stabilities because I had beaten mine in a little too much, which is why you hadn't seen me throw it for a while. And I feel comfortable to pop a touch of flex on this guy to get it up there. And it's gonna reliably get out of it. Might be honestly a little far. That was kind of a bomb. Why not? We'll just throw it against the Mana. Oh, flipped it. Oh no. Yes. Whew, that scared the crap out of me. Stay up. Need to Goldilocks that one for next time. Should have an easy bird though. I just want to say before we get into the last holes, thank you so much. Everyone has just watched, everyone has bought previous drops, everyone is gonna buy this drop. It's really fun for me to be able to see and hear people wearing my merch or throwing discs that have stamps that represent me on them. It's a very humbling thing to know that there are people out there who like what I'm doing enough to want to represent it in even just a minor way of having a disc of mine in their bag. And one of the cool things too is I actually got to be the one to design this from scratch. All right, would have been stoked to have gotten that eagle just for the sake of this hole. Downhill 483, we're gonna start with the Raider, and then I'm deciding between the Votum and the Vandal. It's gonna be a little left and short. No, that was not nearly wide enough. Ay, ay, ay. Really not the best at throwing stuff downhill, unfortunately. You'd think it'd be easier, but that's OB. But we gotta run it. Let's go, come on. Alrighty, we are keeping the perfect round intact. 263, there's a drop zone to the left because there's OB beyond the basket and OB short of that path. So you have to get over the path. Should be a pretty routine hyzer. Unless you do that. Sit your butt down. Get far enough. Yes. Got our marker rock. Honestly, I'm just kind of waiting for this run to be destroyed by like a bad spit out because of these baskets. And now that I put that out there, it's probably gonna happen, but hopefully not. I'm trying to keep my pace pretty good on these putts. Hole 9, just another big distance guy. Into a headwind though, 615 downhill to the basket way down there. Really, Joe, as long as we just get a good rip with this Raider, it should be like less than 200 in. Oh, it's fighting out of that because I ripped that too low to the ground. Even with that, it should still be fine. I think we can push the Vandal past it though. Oh, my step was just way too big, so I had to force myself into the ground. Yeah, that's awesome. Get over that tree. It's gonna get right in it, isn't it? Oh, just inside of it. You know, it's always good to like throw white discs against a super white washed out sky. That's just a pro tip if you want to be a disc golf YouTuber, you know? You gotta know how to do that. That Vandal crushes. Udis is saying that we are 440 feet away. Just remember that it's a headwind, don't remember that it's downhill. I think we're gonna go a little Vodum flick underneath all this. Put it in the basket, skip in. Oh, that's so good. I mean, both of these are good. Pathfinder's also like 10 feet, but Vodum is just like 2. All right, tossing you guys here because we are 243 from the basket. It is right next to a drop off though. I think we're gonna try a forehand with the Pathfinder, like 20 feet left of the basket. That way if we miss inside, we still gotta look. Oh, please just be a Pathfinder and sit down. Okay, we missed inside and are parked, so I did what I said to do, I guess. Oh. All right, hole 11. It looks like we are in the A position, which is 259 straight ahead. We got a wind pushing just right to left. So I think it's another like Pathfinder forehand. You know what, actually, I think it's gonna be a Vodum. Now I can just trust it on hyzer and a little wider. And since it's bladed, it's gonna fight against it a little bit better. This plastic feels so good. I mean, if you didn't know, Thought Space is made by MVP Plastics. So this is basically like their Proton plastic with little sparkles in it. I could have sworn that was gonna be around it. I think we're gonna try the Mana. A little dangerous, almost right at it on a little hyzer. Are you kidding me? There's OB in that creek, and I think I might have just got kicked into the creek so brutally. Oh, yes. That is so close to OB. But it's a birdie. This is one that really scares me. 257 at the top of the hill. And we have a right to left wind blowing up this way. I think I'm gonna try to throw it flat and like pretty nose down, pretty neutral so the wind doesn't really get under the flight plate. And like hopefully it starts to hyzer and it just pushes up the hill and we have a look. You really wanna park this one. Hopefully we do that with the first one so we don't have to worry about it, but. Oh, we just threw it a billion feet short. Wow, I just did not trust any power on that. That could be good. As long as the distance is right. Oh, sit down, sit down. Okay, hit and rolled a little. This is a little bit of a daunting looking putt. Aim at the top chain. Yes. Woo! All right, Pathy, show us what's up. It's 312 feet. We have a straight headwind and this is an island hole. That's good. Oh my gosh, get back and bounce. Note to self, throw bladed discs into the wind. Throw a lightweight Vodum and ace it. No way, darn it, I just put it to like 4 feet. What's wrong with me? What am I doing? I will say, like those things go far in a tailwind or with little wind, but when you're fighting against the wind, they do seem to get slowed down a lot faster, which makes sense. I just typically don't throw a lot of stuff that's like below 171. So it's fun to be throwing something a little bit lighter because like the feeling of throwing this out of your hand is like kind of blissful. Like it seems so easy. Oh, that lifted a bit more than I anticipated. 13 through 13 with these doubles, baby. We're not gonna think about what I'd be playing these singles because, you know, doubles is a different mentality. And I'd probably also only be like 2 down, so we're not gonna think about that. Man, Denver's been so sunny recently, and then Like this cloud cover just like destroys everything. Basket looks like it's right there, 340 feet. Looks like it could be a forehand, but there's OB to the right. Could be blocked by those bushes, and the wind is pushing left to right, so we might not want to throw the forehand. Our first shot, we'll throw the Mana. We haven't been throwing this crazy, but if we put it to the hyzer, like almost straight, it should start to turn, and if we give it enough height, it'll ride the wind, and then hopefully stable out a little bit. Kind of like that. I really hope that didn't go OB. What a pretty shot. We'll go with this Raider forehand. Just push it out flat. Once it catches edge, it should skip pretty close to the basket. I hope both of those on RB, because they both are really close to the basket, but also really close to the line. Okay, I thought this butted right up against it. Oh my gosh, these are like both inbounds and both almost on top of each other, but we got another like 20 feet or so, so I'm pretty happy. That Mana has such a nice flight. I hooked up pretty well at the end there, even in that crosswind. All right, hole 15, we got 4 left. So it's 255, you can see it through there. Kind of a turnover, and the wind has decided to come out. I'm thinking Vodum on a forehand, just on a lot of hyzer and really wide. Perfect amount of height. Sit down. That's OB, that's OB, that's OB. I think we're going Pathfinder on a turnover. Oh no. Hit something. There's the Vodum. Tragic. So I have a putt from here for the par. Unless the Pathfinder somehow snuck in bounds, but oh man, I should have thrown that flat. Why did I put it on a turnover line? And this is not an easy putt, because this has been picked up, man. What the heck? There we go. Dang it. Oh, I really thought I was doing it too. I needed to make sure I had an inbounds play. 292, Pathfinder first. No, that was terrible. Part of me wants to throw the Mana, but it's gonna be too much. You know what, we're gonna tone down the Vandal. Throw it like a mid-range instead of like a 9-speed, and that speed control should help. It helped, but it's not perfect. Still got a little turn, and that's gonna be a headwind 30-footer to not give up another percentage point. Oof. Alrighty, gotta make this putt. Here's the Pathfinder. Park the other position. Is the Vandal short? Oh my gosh! The Vandal's 50 feet long, maybe more. So that thing goes, if you're looking for a disc to go far with the lower arm speed, that's the one. Holy cow. Good height. Crack the ankle. More spin. Got it. Let's go, baby! Basket is past those bushes right there. There's OB almost directly right of it. We're gonna throw the pier just like that. All right. Okay, no drop. Yes, oh, I thought I missed that left. Gotta ace the last hole. I think it's like 380 feet. That'd be an electric way to end the video. If I ace the last hole, you guys have to sell out these discs within 48 hours. There's not that many of them. It would literally only take like, I think it'd take like less than 3% of the people who are gonna watch this video to each buy one disc. And I know people buy multiples. So, I'm just saying, it's probably not gonna happen, but if it does. All right, we got a left to right. I honestly feel like first, we're gonna throw this Vandal. Kind of headwind left to right. So we're gonna have to put it hyzer left, let it flip and turn. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Oh, that might be OB long. Alrighty, here's the Raider. Swing back. Those both might be long, I don't know. All right, I was smart. I tried to tone down the Raider just slightly to give it a little stall bid, and I got the distance pretty right. Just missed the line. So we make this, discount stays at 4. Come on, dude, it's headwind. You know this. No, 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 no. Oh, that's so bad. Gonna pull the Vandal out of here. Good 40 feet past the basket, not bad. So go snag some discs, bonanzadiscgolf.com. I also have some used discs that I have on the site, as well as the old runs and some old merch if you want to pick some up in addition to the new stuff. Really love all these molds. Can't believe that I missed that 20-foot putt. I appreciate you guys a ton, and I'll see you tomorrow.